It's finally fall here in the Northeast, and it is crisp. I'm wearing a sweater today. The leaves are changing. It's definitely beginning to feel like a change of season is well underway, and I'm really excited. This is our first season here in the Boston area, and I can't wait. I honestly can't wait for all the leaves to change. The neighborhood that we're in is surrounded by these massive trees, and I'm only like pins and needles. Oh, it sounds so crazy, but pins and needles, like waiting for this like leaf changing extravaganza to sweep through our town. So as the weather is changing and the leaves are changing and Thanksgiving is literally around the corner, I'm always in reflection mode around this time of year. So I do that twice a year around Thanksgiving for all the obvious reasons. We are reflecting on the things that we're grateful for and the things that make us joyful. And I do this also during my birthday time. So right around June 15th, I get that journal out. I'm reflective. I'm writing down the lessons. I'm writing down my goals. I don't do that as much around New Year's, so it's not a thing for me around New Year's. I don't find that to be my New Year resolution. I do it around my birthday, but Thanksgiving is also another time. So as I have been thinking about this upcoming season of gratitude and joy and family and love, I've been very reflective of this last couple years, because it's been a bumpy couple of years leading up to here, between losing family members, losing a job, changing towns. It's just been a lot. There's been a lot going on, but it's also been a season of blessings, because with all of these changes, there has been tremendous grace. There has been a lot of deep shifts in my perspective, which at this point in my life, I'm always so grateful for it, but I'm not always expecting it. And so whenever I am encountering something that shifts, like fundamentally shifts the way I look at things, I find myself so humbled by that, because it's just an amazing thing to always be in this state of personal soul evolution. So one of the things that has been top of mind for me, and it's been popping in my mind in different ways over the last few days, and whenever that happens, I know it's something that I'm either meant to write about or talk about, and that's forgiveness. So you guys already know that forgiveness has very little to do with the other person and everything to do with you. So that person that has wronged you, that ex that has treated you so badly, that boss that was out to get you and make you miserable, all those things are valid, and all the feelings that you have about those situations and those scenarios are absolutely valid. But you holding on to them and harboring that resentment and holding on to the anger and holding on to the victim mentality is only hindering you and hindering from whatever is meant to come for you next. And let me explain what I mean by that. So when we are in a state of anger and we are in a state of resentment, we're not able to see past that. And I know this from personal experience. We're not able to see the blessing. We're not able to see the lesson. We're not able to see what's next. We're not able to see a new opportunity that's coming for us, that may be right at our doorstep, that might be right in our lap, because we're so caught up in feeling victimized, in feeling wronged, in feeling the unfairness of what had happened to us. And so the blessings that are meant to come from that horrible situation, whatever it was, we're not able to fully see it. We're not even able to appreciate it, because we're in this dark space of resentment. And resentment, and you guys also probably know this, harbors disease. So when you are resentful and when you are angry, it is directly associated with ailments, physical ailments in your body, right? And they are directly associated with your mental well-being or lack of. So holding on to all of these negative feelings, while they may be valid and while you may have every right to feel that way, it only hurts you. It only hinders your growth. It only hinders the blessings in your life. So what I am suggesting, and what I know from personal experience, is that you have to forgive that situation. You have to forgive your role in it, because we all play a role. You have to forgive the person that has wronged you. You have to do it. There is no other way around it. And you go about doing that by praying for them for 30 consecutive days. I know. I have been there, and I have straight up laughed at this notion of praying for the person that has wronged me for 30 consecutive days. The prayer I had in mind had nothing to do with their well-being. But I can also tell you that by having done that, and it took me a while to get there, but having done that, it released me of all of the negativity associated with that situation. And the minute that I truly wholeheartedly forgave that individual or those individuals, because life is life, right? And many things happen. I started to feel this unexplainable lightness around the situation, and I no longer felt prickled by it, and I no longer felt emotionally affected by it. I was able to talk about it very logically. I was able to talk about it without emotion. I was able to talk about it without falling apart, because I had moved on. I had genuinely forgiven the person, wished them well in my prayers, and I had moved on. I had closed that chapter in a healthy way. So what I am suggesting for you is use this time leading up to our new year, leading up to Thanksgiving, to think about those things that have held you back. Think about those situations that have hurt you. Think about that person that has wronged you, and start the prayer. Start praying between now and give it 30 days, right? 30 days is not a big deal. 30 days, start praying every single day for the well-being of that person, not their demise, their well-being, and do it every single day. And you will feel by the end of that month that your heart is actually lighter, and the prayer actually is genuine. You're not saying it through gritted teeth. And you will also start to see the blessing in whatever has happened and why it had happened, because everything happens for a reason, and everything happens for our protection, for our well-being. So maybe, and I'm putting it out there, maybe that horrendous boss was there to drive you crazy, to drive you out of a job, to demean you, whatever the case was, because you were meant to be removed from that situation, because something better is coming along for you. And I know this firsthand. So if you shift your perspective into, I am open to receiving whatever that message is, I am open to feeling that maybe this happened for my betterment, for my well-being, then maybe it starts to help you with the healing. And also, it sure as hell will make the prayer a whole lot easier to say if you're on some part feeling that it was done for you, not to hurt you, but for you to be better, for you to be protected, for you to flourish somewhere else. So start the prayer. Keep me posted. I would love to hear from you as to how you are feeling day 1 of prayer versus day 30, and what are some of the miracles that are happening in your life because you've now released this resentment, anger, and whatever else comes along with that. Because we all know that holding on to those things does have negative impact on our day-to-day life. And that person that did that to you, that person that has hurt you, could care less. Their life is zero impacted by what you're feeling, which is more reason for you to let go, more reason to forgive, more reason to release yourself of that and move on to whatever blessing is waiting for you. Happy Tuesday.